So next step, guys, this is the bit I've just cut out the floor. That's where the floor pan bung was, and that's how big I had to cut round it to find decent metal to weld to. So there's a hole there. Just got to make up a plate for that, weld it in now, and I'm going to weld along a strengthening strip along here as well. So this is a little repair section we've made up for the rear of that floor, with sort of a strengthening plate, which is where the heel board folds round, so we'll weld it along that edge there. I've just plug welded that through. It makes the metal a hell of a lot stronger doing that. And once I've welded along there and ground that flat, it should look pretty original. Obviously good penetration through there. So let's get that welded in and we're done on this side. I don't often do a decent weld at the first go. Managed to go around the whole lot without blowing any holes and making it bigger. But one thing's for sure, you can guarantee when I do, I don't film it. It was me, honest. He who welds good doesn't get through many grinding discs. The other side's drying at the moment with a heat lamp. This side, phase 2. Really reluctant to get too involved on this side, but kind of made such a good job of the other side. It'll be a pain in the arse to do this later, so we might as well clean it off and see what we've got. It is pretty solid on here. It's had a plate in there. It doesn't look fantastic. I think this is the original heel board, although no, tell a lie, it might not be actually, but it's got quite a bit of surface corrosion on it. There's no holes anywhere. I'm going to do the same as I did the other side and cut out this floor mount here, primarily because people mistake them for jacking points and they're not. They are from moving the Mini around the production line. When you buy the end machine seals, they don't come with it. You can buy this bit, Heritage do them, but like I say, it's just a confusion. People think they can jack on them, so I left it off. I'd say left it off. I took it off the other side, took it off purposely. I think I'm going to do the same on this side. So I think I just need to get into it, get it ground back, see what we've got, and then we'll go from there. I think I'll move the GoPro before I kill it. Quick progress shot, guys. You'd have seen all the filler coming off that. Well, when you start finding filler, it's usually a bad sign because it means someone bodged it up. So I've ended up cutting out more of the outer seal than I did on the other side, and that was just because it was joined, so I wanted to get back to where it was. The join started, just to make sure there were no more bodges. So it's joined here, so that's fine. I can I can seam weld onto that, but at the back here it's gone. There's a hole there, so I'm gonna have to go right up to the lip there. What that means is very likely I'm gonna burn the paintwork here. It's just, I think that doesn't quite sit behind the arch, but I reckon I might be able to do it without doing too much damage, using sort of the air to cool it. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. The inner seal looks better on this side, so that's good, but the heel board looks like I'll probably have to go further back, so bear with me. Progress shot in a minute. Well guys, I'm kind of glad I've done that now, although I cut out a lot more than I thought I was going to have to. It was worse than I thought it was going to be, so it's kind of good that I did decide to do it rather than leave it. But yeah, that's the whole chunk that's come out. That's the closing panel for the subframe. We've then got the heel board. That's the inner seal, rear of the floor, outer seal. As you can see, the outer seal was going at the back here anyway. And that's the bit that isn't the jacking point that everyone uses for a jacking point anyway. And then if we look on the car itself, it's yeah, just a big hole. But we are at least back to solid metal without rust. So we just got to rebuild it now. Let's just have a look at the other side while we're here. So the other side's looking really good now. That's all done in primer. It's all solid. So I think it's worth doing. It's just hard work. Didn't expect to have to do it. So right, time to start rebuilding then. And as with anything, continuity and consistency are key. So we're back on the Tesco's Crunchy Cookie CAD templates. Right guys, we're going to use a spot welder. Only got to do about 2 or 3 spot welds. I might have to do a little bit when I replace the outer seal at the back as well. But I really want to make sure I don't get too much heat into the panel because I'm worried about burning the paintwork. I noticed the other day I was watching one of Graham Stockdale's videos, and I noticed he was getting huge, great big sparks off his spot welder, and it was burning through the metal as well. So we kind of want to avoid that. So Graham, just a suggestion for you, certainly what I've found when spot welding, when it really starts sparking big like that, it's because it's not making a very good contact, or you've not cleaned up the metal enough, or more importantly, it's usually the electrodes. So there's this electrode cleaner here, works really, really nicely, and it cuts a perfect shape into the end of the electrode. And you find you get really nice spot welds when you use that. So that might be worth giving that a try, Graham. And all you basically do is put it between the electrodes, keep it all square, apply a little bit of tension or pressure, and then it's like self-ratcheting. What we want is a bit of a tip on there, because on PL the lip that I've got to spot weld is quite thin. So that should give a nice lip top and bottom, a little bit more. That's it, and then finally, little file in between the two. And that now should give us a perfect spot weld. So as you can see, we've got a little indentation on there, and it should be cut about right now. Just take that burr off. Right, let's give it a go. So it's just this subframe closing panel up inside here. It lips round on this rear quarter here, and I just need to spot weld that on. So maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 spot welds. So let's give it a go. We'll see how it goes as well. I might trip all my garage electrics, because I'm not sure it's up to it. It takes quite a lot of power, a spot welder. I think that tripped it. Damn. Let's try it again. That was pretty perfect. Tripped again. This could be fun, this. Right, that time it tripped the house breaker. Let's try again. Oh, damn. We might not be able to do this. Come on, just got to get 2 more on there. Last one. Okay guys, so quick update. Apologies I haven't filmed much of it, but I do just want to get on with it and get it done now. So the subframe closing panel is all welded in now. I know it's not that pretty, could be a bit better. I used the M machine one in the end because the Heritage one, for whatever reason, just wouldn't fit very nicely around here. It just wouldn't line up at all. But this has been replaced before. So we've got the inner seal done. That's seam welded all the way along the bottom there, up here. I've just got to get the hinge panel lined up now. I think I'll tack that in place, and we'll refit the subframe then. Right then guys, that was a lot of progress tonight. Been quite busy. We've got the heel board tacked in now. Measured it out. I ended up with probably a slightly bigger gap than I would have liked here. That was to get the spacing right. It's spot on measurement wise now. Obviously I'll just have to, I'll be able to weld that gap up, that'd be fine. Yeah, so just got to tidy up quickly, whack the subframe in, make sure it lines up. If it does, job's a good one. Right, that's both sides bolted in now. So, just got to weld up the heel board on this side, but the subframe all lines up alright, so that's cool.